Hey guys, it's Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that have helped me build up a sizable rental portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today I want to talk about some costs. So I get this a lot, especially dealing with turnovers. What's it going to cost for this? What's it going to cost for that? Or even throughout the tenancy, right? You have a tenant in there. What's it going to cost if we, have to service the HVAC system or have to do an HVAC replacement? What are these, everybody wants to know about costs, right? Because it's a cash flow game for most people, and that might be their retirement or that might be all the money they have, right? So costs are extremely important, especially if you're operating at thin margins, which in today's world, at the time of this recording in 2021, it's really hard to get cash flow. So you want to make sure you're managing your cash flow. And to do that, you want to know costs. So I'm going to go over common repair and maintenance costs. So I'll go through all these: roof, paint, kitchen, remodel bathroom, LVP, tree removal, gutters, downspouts, HVAC, dryer vents, smoke detectors, rekey, and pest control. Guys, those are the main ones. I was thinking about what we do on a daily or quarterly or annual basis, and these are the main things. So this should encompass about 90% of what you have to do. Obviously, if a tenant breaks a door, that's going to be a different story, right? But for the purposes of something that that reoccurringly could happen, or hey, I've got a roof that I'm going to need to do in the next 5 or so years, this is about what it's going to be. So let's go through it. Let's start with the first one. Roof. I'm going to write down and then I'll talk about it a little bit. So roof, 5 to 10,000. Why do I say that? Guys, I've done one for 2,500, but it was a duplex, and that was just the upper portion of it. It was a elevated duplex. So this side was the front and this was a 2-story in the back. Very small roof. I did that for 2,500, but most of you are going to be looking between $5,000 and $10,000. Now, why the big range? You can do all sorts of different stuff, right? You can do shingles, you can do metal. They keep going back and forth. Sometimes COVID's made supply chain issues a nightmare. So sometimes shingles are cheaper, sometimes metal is cheaper. They made shingles now so they can make them 20, 30-year warranty. The other kicker is, if you're living in Houston and you have windstorm, you can get roofs replaced. So if your insurance deductible is $2,500, I use $5,000 in all my insurance deductibles, that if my roof blew off or a tree blew into my roof, then I would only have to pay $5,000. So just know that coming out of pocket, let's say it's $10,000 to redo the roof, I only have to come out of pocket $5,000. So if you have insurance, roofs are one that come up a lot for insurance. Paint is the next one. Paint. What does that mean? What are those chicken scratches? That's $2 a square foot. So that's a general rule of thumb, guys. We use Sherwin-Williams paint, silver plate to be exact. It's kind of a gray. We use that all the time. Use eggshell on the walls or satin finish, semi-gloss on the doors and trim, and a flat paint, white paint on the ceiling. Also white paint on the doors and trim. So if you're getting somebody to come through and give you a quote on paint, if you're in a bigger property, massive 3,000, 4,000 square feet, it's not going to be $2 a square foot. It should be less. But if you're in a smaller property, it will probably be a little bit more than $2 a square foot. So use that as a rough number. If somebody's giving you way more than that, get them to break down materials and labor. How much is, where is that coming from? But make sure you also get them to paint the doors, trim, and baseboards, because if you don't, it's going to look stupid. It's going to look very weird when you have walls that are freshly painted and then old baseboards and trim. It just looks off. So make sure when you do that, get them to quote to paint it all. $2 a square foot. Kitchen. What did I write down for kitchen? Yeah. This is another one with a lot of variability. So kitchen, I wrote $5,000 to $10,000. So man, Cameron, that sounds like a lot. Yes. If you're blowing out cabinets, you're blowing out You're going to do a granite countertop or a quartz countertop. You're going to do stainless steel appliances. I mean, shit, you could be looking at $1,500 to $2,500 in appliances depending upon what all you put in there, right? So on the low end, if you're just going to paint the cabinets and do a new countertop and a nice subway tile backsplash, you're going to get closer to that 5,000, even go even lower. But appliances start creeping up. Again, you can go to scratch and dent stuff, but if you're doing a brand new kitchen, get stainless steel appliances. It looks so much better. And a fridge is going to run you about 1,000, somewhere in there. You know, dishwasher is going to run you $400 or $500. And then you're going to look at microwave a few $100s, and your stovetop is going to run you another 500-ish. You can find deals on all that stuff, but that's something to consider. Make sure you don't skimp on the appliances. I've seen some really nice finishes and some really poor appliances. So you get in that $2,000 and above rent range, and it just looks bad. I mean, white appliances or black appliances. Do the stainless steel. We even are doing stainless steel. Unless it's a really cheap property, we're doing stainless steel appliances. So where's that other cost come if you get up in the 10K? I redid a whole kitchen, uppers, which are the upper cabinets, lowers, lower cabinets, brand new granite countertop, all new appliances, and new floors, and that was just about $10,000. So you in that range, if you budget that you're going to just do some minimal work, you can look at closer to that $5,000 range. If you're going to do everything, you're starting looking at $10,000 range. Don't ask me why cabinets are so gosh damn expensive. I have absolutely no idea, but it is absurd. Bathrooms, I wrote down my numbers over here. Bathrooms, $2,500 to $5,000. So a half bath you can get out with doing $2,500. If you're going to be in a little bit more of a full bath, you're going to look at $5,000. Again, where's the variability come in? Vanity, if you do a single bowl vanity, meaning just one sink, you could get in there a couple $100, right, and find a decent vanity, but you're going to have to hire a plumber to hook it up. You know, if you're looking at a master bedroom or a primary bedroom, you probably want a double bowl vanity in there, or a property with just one bathroom, you're going to want to go to a double bowl. Those get more expensive. Then are you just getting the vanity, just the countertops, or just the cabinets? Or are you going to get a nice granite countertop? That adds cost to it. Floors, we like tile and wet areas in the kitchens and the bathrooms. Tubs, you have to resurface or put the insert in on the tub. And then you'll have showers. You can do a tile shower, and if you're in a cheaper property, I wouldn't recommend it, or just do the tub inserts. And again, you're going to look somewhere $2,500 to $5,000. New commode's going to run you a couple $100. Hardware could run you a couple $100. Light fixtures, mirror, stuff like that, or maybe a medicine cabinet. That stuff all adds up. So one other quick tip here that's kind of out of this: make sure you have an exhaust fan above any bathroom. So any tub or shower, make sure you have some way that gets the moisture out of there. If not, you're going to always notice black mold on the ceiling up there. So always have an exhaust vent. They're not that expensive. Who do I go for those? Go to an HVAC guy, heating, cooling, ventilation. They should be able to help you get that cut. And usually it's just a cut, and then it's an insert, and they'll put that in there and they'll take it out. If you're dealing with somebody who's good, you want them to take that up either to the ridge vent, which is the top of the roof, or run it out over your soffit, which is basically where your roof line overhangs, and you get that breathability. So make sure you get that. That's beside the point. But bathroom, $2,500 to $5,000. It's just what it costs, guys. I mean, it is what it is. You'll have some cabinets in there that might need to be redone and painted. Again, your vanity, or either single bowl or double bowl vanity. Again, if you're using one bathroom, if you have one bathroom throughout the whole house for a 2-bed or 3-bed, one bath, I would go with a double bowl vanity. That means there's 2 separate sinks. So, okay, the next one is LVP floor. What did I put down here? So LVP floor is $5 to $7 a square foot. Now, most of you guys, you may or may not have heard me talk about luxury vinyl plank, which is LVP flooring. It is extremely durable. Don't buy the cheap shit either. You guys are probably thinking, well, hell, I've seen it at Home Depot or Lowe's or Floormore for $1.50. That is just, I can't even say it any other way than junk shit is all it is. I had an owner who put some in, closer to the $1.50 mark. One tenant, moved out, had to replace the floor. And you know how hard it is? So these manufacturers, they know exactly what they're doing. They never make the same model for years and years and years with the same type of floor and the same texturing. So, or same finish or whatever. So you can't buy the same floor. You might have, oh yeah, we got the hickory mocha, or we've got this, this gray stone or whatever, but after so many years, they kind of discontinue it. So we always buy and keep a couple extra boxes to replace it. But, and here's a quick tip: take out some out of a closet or out of a bathroom if you ever need to do it. But we had a kitchen that just from the kitchen table and chairs, we had to replace. And that was so much. We tried to paint it. It was a nightmare. So don't go with the reason for that story is do not go with the cheap LVP floors. If they're junk, do not go with them. The good ones are going to run you that $3-ish range, right around $3. It's about $2 a square foot to install it. I found people who will charge $1.50. It depends if you work with them a lot, but you can find people to do it for a little bit cheaper than $2 if you use them a lot and have a lot of business. But you're going to look about $2 a square foot to pay somebody to install it. And LVP is fairly easy to install. It's that tongue and groove stuff. But don't go with the cheap stuff. Just trust me on that. If you're going to spend the money to go LVP, just do it. You can also get some test samples, and go to Lowe's, Home Depot, look at it. I think Nucor is Home Depot's brand. Go on there, ask them for a couple samples. Take rocks, scratch them, or nails and scratch them. Take rocks and throw it up against it. See how durable it is, and make sure you get a good wear layer. And then make sure you also get a decent warranty. You don't want water resistant. That just means that it won't, it'll beat up water and whatever for so long. You want to make sure it's waterproof, meaning that it can be actually submerged in water. If you have a kitchen that floods or something that floods, you don't want that stuff to warp and then it's all boogered up and you got to take it out. So make sure you do waterproof, a good wear layer. I've heard all sorts of different sizes of wear layer, but if you can get in the double digits, the 10 mil, that would be great. The other thing with LVP is we use it everywhere, but the kitchens where we use tile, some people like that, some people don't. It's totally up to you guys, whatever you want to do, but some people don't like it. They like to put carpet, save a little bit of money and put carpet in the bedrooms. But honestly, an average bedroom's a 10 by 10, 100 square feet. You're looking at $500 and you do it one time. Carpet's going to run you $200 or $300. It's like spend the extra bit of money and you won't touch it again. And again, make sure you get a good wear layer, double digits, 10-ish would be great. Make sure it's waterproof, not water resistant. Don't skip out and get the really cheap stuff. Test it and then look for a good commercial warranty or residential warranty, 15, 20, 30 years. Those warranties help out a lot, and you won't have to touch it for 15, 20 years. Okay, I'm getting a little long-winded here, so I'm going to actually do this in two parts because I've got still a lot more to cover. That was more of the improvement half of this. So the next pieces are going to be more of the maintenance side of things you're going to be doing to make sure you maintain the property. A couple things in here are improvements, but this is more of what we do during turnovers and some of that. So stay tuned for the second part. If you guys enjoy this, and I'll get right into that after this. Thanks.